Here are some examples of using your anglemeter or a piece of paper to measure some angles. I have got my anglemeter here first. We know that its mouth is a right angle, it's 90 degrees. So if I try and measure this first angle, hopefully you have already spotted what type of angle it is, but just to check, I'm going to use my anglemeter, and I'm always going to make sure the angles, the part I want to measure, go inside its mouth. So this one's quite a simple one because as I put my anglemeter there, I can see the two lines fit exactly in its mouth. And if the mouth measures a right angle, that must mean that this angle is also a right angle. The two lines fit exactly there. I can do the same with a piece of paper. I can take the corner of my piece of paper, and if the two lines fit exactly along those two edges like this does, I have got a right angle. Let's look at the next angle. Okay, I'm going to look at this angle in the middle. So taking my anglemeter again, remembering I want to get that part that I want to measure right into my anglemeter's mouth. So I'm going to line up one side, I'm going to line up the bottom of its mouth there with that line. And then as you can see, there is all of this extra room. So that means it must be an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees, and that's extra room in my anglemeter's mouth. It would still be hungry. If I use the corner of a piece of paper, I'm going to again measure, I'm going to line up one side of the paper with one of the lines, and it's a bit trickier with paper, but we can still do it. If I move it slightly outwards, we can see that the angle has some extra room. It doesn't fill up that whole right angle. It's smaller than a right angle, so it must be an acute angle. And then for this third angle, again, it's tempting to go like this, but I know that actually I want to be measuring the angle. I want those two lines in my anglemeter's mouth, so I need to move it, and I'm going to line up one of the lines with the bottom of my anglemeter's mouth. And as we can see this time, if I move it around a bit, the angle does not fit in my anglemeter's mouth. It's so big that it looks like it's coming out of its head there. So this angle is bigger than 90 degrees. It's bigger than my anglemeter's right angle mouth, so it is an obtuse angle. We can do the same with a piece of paper. I'm going to take my one side of the piece of paper, line the side up with one of the lines of the angle, and I can see that actually there's some extra angle there. It is bigger than 90 degrees, so it's an obtuse angle. While we're here, let's also have a look at drawing some angles. So I'm going to draw an acute angle first of all. So the easiest way to do this, obviously angles are where two straight lines meet, where they touch. So you must be using a ruler so that your lines are straight. I'm going to start very simply by drawing a straight line. I want to draw an acute angle. That means it's going to be less than a right angle, less than 90 degrees, and we've got one there which is useful. So I'm going to just move my ruler up a little bit and draw another straight line, making sure that those two lines meet, that they touch. And then to show the part of the angle that we're measuring, we draw a small, neat, curved line in between those two lines because we are measuring the angle in between the two lines. So that's an acute angle. If I want to draw one in a slightly different way, I could start with maybe a vertical line instead. So I'm still going to use my ruler, vertical line, and then I'm still doing an acute angle. So I'm just going to move it a little bit, not 90 degrees. I could do one slightly bigger this time. Again, making sure that they touch right there together. And again, to show it's an acute angle when we're measuring inside the lines, I can do that curved line and I can colour it in neatly if I want to. So I've got two different acute angles there. I could think about how I can rotate them or how I can make them slightly bigger or slightly smaller to draw lots of different acute angles. Let's have a look at an obtuse angle this time. So again, just very simply, I'm going to take my ruler and draw a straight horizontal line first of all. Now this time it is an obtuse angle bigger than a right angle. So I know a right angle is 90 degrees. So I know that I could have a horizontal line and a vertical line making a right angle. So to make an obtuse angle, which is bigger than a right angle, I'm going to make my right angle first of all, but then turn my ruler so that it's bigger than the right angle and draw my line to meet. And again, I'm going to draw a neat curved line where those two lines touch to show we're measuring in between the two lines. Let's do one more obtuse angle. This time I'm going to start with a vertical line again. And I'm going to move my ruler to make it a right angle. And then I'm going to move the ruler again out so that it is bigger than a right angle. And actually I could go all the way around to about there. Now remember, I can't do a line here because that would be a straight line. That's 180 degrees, but I could do it slightly smaller than that. And that is an obtuse angle. So I'm going to draw my curved line in between where those two lines touched as well.